Hey folks, we are done with our break and welcome back to Let's Play Call of Duty. Today we are starting United Offensive, and this is probably one of the best expansions to a base game that I've seen in a long time. I mean, it very much captures the original spirit. The largest thing is that these missions can be absolutely backbreakingly difficult, and funnily enough, that causes me to get more and more creative in my approaches. And joining me as I try to dismantle this thing.
Hey everybody, it's Last Robokai here, a difficulty engineer. I'll be putting it back together once he breaks it.
Yeah, good luck with that. I tend to be pretty thorough.
That's alright, I got a spanner that's made out of like 5 different spanners.
It's a wrench for us Americans, incidentally. So as you're seeing by the briefing that's coming up, we're just outside Bastogne, and we are going to be covering the Battle of the Bulge, which is a really interesting, last-ditch offensive on the Germans' part that was kind of Hitler's last strategic blunder, and there will be a lot more supporting literature on that in the posts. So, to not get too long-winded right now, let's go ahead and get started.
And I just want to say for the record that Battle of the Bulge does sound hilariously funny, but that's the last time we'll be commenting on it.
Alright, this is the last point on our patrol. The sooner you men can scout that ridge over there, the sooner we can get back and get some hot chow.
Hey, Sarge, can't we just skip the patrol and go straight to the hot chow?
Ender, I'd find that funny if I wasn't freezing my can off. Now get out of here. Meet back at the Jeep when you've done your sweep.
Oh, poor Diddums. Oh, I'm cold.
So Sergeant Moody's back.
Crowd patrol! Take cover!
They also added a sprint key.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it's really useful for going from cover to cover. Your soldier has all of the stamina of a 2-pack-a-day smoker, though, so don't expect it to last that long.
Well, that's just a thing in video games these days anyway. Also, I just want to say, Craft Patrol, that's my garage band's name.
Yeah, there's a lot of tanks.
Well, at least, you know, we're back from patrol nice and quick.
Well, the 3 of us are, anyway.
Sarge, they got Joey!
He's dead, Ender. There ain't nothing we can do for him now. We're getting out of Dodge. Now, get down! We need to get back to HQ fast.
So this is a fun part in that it's a turret section, and turret sections tend to be pretty fun. But at one point in the thread, I characterized the enemies in Call of Duty 1 as random number generators more than, actual bots. There is never a point in the game where this is more obvious than right now.
They don't really know how to deal with you.
Well, just like right there, the truck we just passed. What if all of the random number generators had come up 1 for a hit right there? I'd be dead. There's nothing I could have done about it. That happens a lot in this section, particularly on higher difficulties.
Yeah, that's a big problem with turret sections. You're like this. Well, we had a bit of a problem with that in War for Cybertron as well, right in the worms. You know, you get stuck on there, you got no cover, or well, someone decides to shoot you enough times.
I mean, usually the way you handle that sort of situation is that, only certain enemies are dangerous at certain times or something like that. So, as the turret gunner, you prioritize. Well, no, there's a ton of Germans here, and they're pretty much all potentially dangerous all the time. We've been hit like 8 times so far. Man up.
It's alright, and then just wait till the second game and they start bringing in like regenerating health. You'll be fine. Just hold out, buddy. We'll get you in next release. And so the Battle of the Bulge really was just like the big line. They call it the Bulge really because of the way that the line of the Allied push sort of bulged out, isn't it?
I think it was also one of the rivers that it was right near. I don't remember precisely. I will correct myself on that in the notes.
Oh, Bolly, how's it going?
Mr. Bloom's back.
Troops in armor, headed this way.
Sounds like they're already here. Hey, get to your foxholes.
Riley, Anderson, find a hole and get your ass in it.
Also, you may have noticed we are not Private Martin anymore. We are Private Riley. This will be a theme. All of the other soldiers that we were in base, we will not be playing anymore.
Oh.
Private Martin is the only one that we will get a sniff of what happened to him, and you see him right here, actually.
You're okay. I got you, soldier.
They misspelled his name, but you know what? Whatever. Private Martin's okay.
Private veteran. Very nice. Oh dear, foxholes.
Yeah.
That's why no one likes foxholes. But yeah, so essentially in the Bulge, the Germans massed up in a big ass forest that no one thought they were going to be massing up in, and came out all guns blazing.
It was very much the last blitzkrieg of the war. It very, very nearly succeeded, and a German breakout at this point in the war would have been just absolutely disastrous for the Western Front. And the ironic thing is that it would have succeeded if Hitler had listened to his generals at the time and been a little bit more conservative, but he was of the impression that the Americans couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag, which was not entirely unfounded, but unfounded enough that it made the Battle of the Bulge fail for him.
Well, they'd been fighting enough battles at that point, I think, that they actually got good at it.
Oh god, dude.
I know a lot of people probably don't like to hear the American soldier in World War II sort of get talked down like that, but they had a few stumbling blocks to start with. They got through it though by the end.
Well, the biggest thing that the Americans did right, we didn't come in and do everything right to start out with, but we were very good at admitting that we were wrong. The characterization for that actually showed up in one of Winston Churchill's comments, in that you can always count on the He said you can always count on the Americans to do something right after they figured out every single way to do it wrong.
And Churchill meant that in a nice way.
Churchill was just kind of a dick, particularly when he was drunk.
Churchill was a man who apparently had a parrot that he taught to swear, and would have it in on meetings with people he didn't like, and people he did like. Just so it would start randomly swearing and just like unsettle them because he thought it was fucking hilarious.
Anyway, as you guys are noticing, we do now have more than one machine gun modeled in the game, and we can actually pick them up and set them up now. Every faction has one of these, and if you've watched the multiplayer video, you've already seen at least the German one. This is the American's machine gun. It's the 30 cal. It's pretty good. All of the mounted machine guns are pretty niche weapons.
They sort of have the drawback that you've set yourself up. You're in that position. Everybody knows where you are. They can hear you, and they can see your trace of fire, so they know exactly where to aim.
Yep. Yep. You can't move. So if you get shot, well, you're getting shot, buddy.
The key is just to be aware where your opponent's gonna be coming from. Have a buddy to watch your back.
The situational awareness and extreme prejudice are both very important things with the machine guns.
Hold the line! Riley, I need backup. We're changing position. We got air support. Grab that sniper rifle and cover me. Watch the ridge line for machine gunners. I gotta pop smoke from those 47.
Just a man of many guns at this point.
Yeah, it's worth noting that your average soldier would be trained in like one of the weapons that Riley has used so far, and we're not even done showing all of the guns. There's still one more left in this particular mission.
I always love watching planes in flight like that in games.
Particularly when they do round 2 and 3 for you.
It's such an impressive looking bombing run too. Big ass plumes of smoke, I love it. Just never feels like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like games capture that sort of an atmosphere as well anymore. I feel like I'm getting an old man cane out now at this juncture. Just be like, why can't more games be like the first Call of Duty? I'm just like tapping it on the ground.
And you haven't even played this game.
Seriously, I'm gonna be turning into like the last Cranky Kong instead. We had to walk 50 miles through French snow, being shot at by the loudest machine guns in existence. Both ways through a tank field.
Both ways through a tank field is actually right this time. At least it's not both uphill.
Yeah, you're going downhill at this point.
German tank! Just what we need! Riley, grab that bazooka! Take out that panzer or we're done!
So yeah, we also have bazookas.
Oh man, they're just making you do everything. Here we go.
They were determined to show off everything in this first mission.
Same token, when people think anti-tank weapons, I think most people would probably initially think of the trusty bazooka.
The way it's modeled in this game is pretty faithful, really. That sight is almost identical, and its accuracy is shitty, which is also pretty much identical.
Ah, man. I don't know. It's just something that looks like it fucks up tanks.
You will also notice that it's taking me like 2 shots to kill a tank. That's because tanks actually have regional damage and everything now.
That one just sort of pulled to a stop and the dude got out, or?
It was already flaming. It just sort of rolled to a stop, and then that last dude okay.
You were gonna see if I noticed, weren't you? You weren't gonna say goddamn thing about that. France, would you stop fucking around? Seriously, you are ruining this war for us. Oh my god. He's just staring at you in complete disapproval. Oh my god, mood ruined. Basically, mood ruined.
Or mood made.
Jesus Christ. France! Oh, he's still there! Go away! You're scaring Private Parrot.
Hey, Van Tippett! Damn tankers! Show up late and take all the credit!
Fuck you, Moody.
Shut up! They can take all the credit they want! Also, yes, we now have more than 2 tanks modeled, too. We now have American Shermans. Well, I guess it was 3 tanks.
Their squads will be assisting you on
Ramirez? Oh, that's another name you hear a bit of in Call of Duty games. Mostly being told to do exactly all the things that Riley's being told to do.
Boys will hit the crossroads just south of Foy. Got it. Sergeant Jones, you and your men will be joining me in a flanking action to the west. The woods here and here are heavily mined, with a couple of 88s and an OP inside this large farmhouse here. We lost a patrol in that sector, and we'll want to keep a lookout for them.
Thank you, Sergeant. The brass wants the 11th Armored in Foy by tomorrow.
I just don't care, and I'm looking at the alcohol they have.
And to do that, we've got to take out everything in between. Questions?
No, sir.
Good luck, gentlemen. We'll see you in Foy. Dinner will be on me. Dismissed.
So as anybody who has watched Band of Brothers is already getting the feel for, the American campaign does follow the exploits of Easy Company in that mini-series pretty damn closely.
Freezing my ass off.
Both of you quiet. Count your blessings. It's gonna get hot here soon enough.
Oh, Moody. I have missed his brand of dry humor.
Well, he's pretty much here to stay for the entire American campaign, so get used to his ass.
Oh, well, you know, his ass that he's been freezing.
Take cover! Now! Fire, go get it!
We've just had another Moody drives the Jeep thing, and now we've got another Moody goes and rescues the guy out in the open. He's a good fella.
That was also a big thing in Band of Brothers, so I'm willing to give the game a pass for reusing set pieces.
That's alright. I think that's just generally just something Moody always does. Like, you know, a guy stubs his toe and he's like, I'm going out there to get him. You know, we gotta go. Bobby's trapped under an upside-down German soldier.
Even when I was playing, I was just staring at that. I was like, really? How the hell did that happen?
I will have to learn to move on, even though it'll be like 3 episodes from now and I'll still be talking about it.
And more importantly, why doesn't it happen more often?
Oh dear, I think I'm kind of glad, because that's a magical moment there.
So, one other interesting thing that they are doing is that they have, in addition to giving everybody like light machine guns, they have also given each faction a few new weapons. The Germans have gotten the Gewehr 43. That makes me very sad. Because the Gewehr 43 is basically a semi-automatic rifle, much like the M1 Garand, and it makes a bunch of German soldiers extremely fucking lethal from a long range.
Was here, and he can kiss my ass.
We got Goldberg, who's a wise guy.
Man, I'm glad you guys showed up. They're dug in pretty good down there. A couple of 42s and 88s and a full platoon.
Terrific. Ready, guys? Let's maintain quiet, move into position, then hit them before they know what hit them.
And then he doesn't really follow us that much. I mean, he'll take up the rear, but then, you know, he won't listen to Moody when he gives his next order, which is a very good order.
Blair, move to the right. Stay in the tree line. They know we're here.
Yep. Everybody else can go running into those machine guns if they want. Not me.
Riley wasn't trained in 100 different weapons just to have it all go to waste now.
He was also trained in the ancient art of the grenade bouquet.
Well, he hasn't mastered tying them all together yet, but that's okay. That's Grandmaster level.
God, that would be amazing if I could do that, because I never throw just one grenade anyway, because that's how you get that grenade thrown back. You throw like 3 or something, so everybody's just like, oh my god, what?
Which one do I pick up? Oh, too late, I'm out.
That's pretty much exactly what happens. I mean, if you have the luxury of watching the AI, they start going for the one grenade you threw, then the next one lands, and then they just crouch down and wait for death.
Just sad music plays.
It's just like wah wah wah.
Wait, Anderson, get over there and spike those 88s. Right, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, there's some guys shooting at you. You might want to pay attention to them, fellas.
You'd think.
Fire go, go!
There are 1 or 2 things about this expansion that I don't like, and you're about to see one of them. So, we've got all of these grenades, that's all well and good. You may have just seen me pass by a few German hand grenades, the Schildhandgranate. And in the base game, I would just pick those up, because they're still just grenades. Now I have to explicitly use F to pick them up. Why? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe it was just something that was unintentional and it just happened when they were putting all the new weapons in and no one thought to change it. They're like, hey, you know, people will figure it out.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, it's just obnoxious because grenades are so freaking important, and in a couple of situations, it can make it very easy to miss them.
Stand back! Fire in the hole!
Crossfire, huh?
Yeah, no joke. Somehow Paulie is with us again. He's the one yelling "Stand back, fire in the hole" because they didn't record something for Whitney doing that, I guess. There's a little Foley in all of us, I suppose.
Giving bad orders and making everyone charge into gun lines.
God.
Second squad's got the rear. Watch for crossfire.
Freeman, what are you doing? Just holding his gun like a retard.
I don't even know what his issue is.
Hey, Sarge, we got us a prisoner up here. Looks like an officer.
What the hell? Salute him. I'll be right up.
Moody's humor is what keeps him from cracking under the pressure.
I like him. I like his brand of humor.
Can anyone in this damned army speak German?
I can, Sarge. A little.
Beats the hell out of nothing. Ask him where our missing patrol is.
Also, wir haben letzte Nacht eine Patrouille entsandt. Was ist mit ihr passiert?
Ich weiß nichts von irgendeiner Patrouille.
No luck, Sarge. He says he doesn't know.
Geneva Convention.
Try again.
Wo ist diese Patrouille?
Im Schuppen, hinter dem Gebäude.
He says they're out back, Sarge.
Good, then he can take us to them. Let's go.
Zeigen Sie uns, wo unsere Männer sind. Los!
Amerikaner! Tötet die Gefangenen!
Yep.
I knew he was gonna betray us in some. Well, you know, it's not really betrayal when they're never on your side, but I knew he was gonna fuck with us somehow. And
It was kind of a useless one, just because that patrol was already basically there. And, I mean, I think they would have been tipped off by all of the green uniforms out front of the house.
and the gunfire that's been going on the whole time.
Also, I've got to get a Luger for my kid brother back home.
It's always important. You've got to have that in the guns that are probably you're not quite allowed to have repository. Wasn't the thing like they kind of frowned on you taking like enemy guns home, but everyone did it anyway, and no one really cared.
Technically speaking, that was looting from the battlefield, which you absolutely were not supposed to do. But realistically speaking, everybody had way bigger fish to fry than somebody taking a German handgun or something like that as a souvenir. Also, I was just quoting Band of Brothers again.
Get a medic in here to take care of the wounded. The rest of us have got to get up to that crossroads to support Ramirez. Go!
That
was the Gewehr 43.
A lot of corner snuggling going on there. I'm a little confused by.
I'm so terrified of going out there. I mean, everything that the MP40 can do to you up close, the Gewehr 43 can do to you at range.
Well, they got you covered.
Yeah, there's a lot of dudes out here, and I mean, the Gewehr 43 is actually going to become pretty much just as common as the Kar 98K. So as far as this game goes, I mean, the difficulty level spikes just from the itemization that the Germans have now.
Let's move up along this ridge.
Oh. Speaking of things you don't want to hear. Oh no. Yeah, fuck you too.
Fuck your bike!
Honk your horn at me, you jerk.
Heavy fire, stay on your toes.
Like, how long was he gonna ride along and like honk his horn for? Like, just the whole way?
He'll go all the way up to our next set piece and dismount his bike and start shooting.
Watch who you shoot.
So one of the other small changes in this expansion is that the ambient noise kind of stops for a second when you die and reload a game. This makes my death editing way more obvious, which honestly is fine by me, because I get a lot of questions about, how many times do you actually die making these? And the answer, I'm going to be truthful with you, is not much, because I take a lot of pride in showing off ways of beating this game that actually work. So if I die more than 5 times or so doing one thing, I tend to change my strategy. I start swapping it up a bit, seeing what'll work better. But yeah, now it'll prompt me to actually talk about how many times I died at this part. And this part is basically one of the first infinite spawning set pieces that we'll see in the game. People in the thread were saying that Call of Duty 2 was really bad about this. Sorry guys, Call of Duty United Offensive was the first one to make it terrible.
And it just continues on for every single Call of Duty game ever.
I understand sort of why they do it, because otherwise, these long-range sniping tactics like this, these are extremely powerful because we have better aim and more staying power than the AIs. But by the same token, it is a judgment call that I would leave up to any 6-year-old. If you are playing war, is it cheating to have infinite dudes? Any 6-year-old on the planet is going to tell you, yes, it's cheating to have infinite dudes.
Unless you have them.
Even for us, it's cheating. At least during the Russian campaign, they refilled it at regular intervals. It was finite, but, you know, we got refilled every so often.
So I wasn't even commenting about what they were doing. I was just a 6-year-old would always take whatever cheat they could get on their side.
That's a fair point. Anyway, so I probably died only about 2 or 3 times here. The rough thing is basically getting in this trench because you will constantly be charged by all of these infinitely spawning Germans who are going to come from 2 sides trying to retake this trench. Once you're in here, things get a lot easier.
Everyone sort of just pops out nicely at head height.
That's more me being more clever than I actually am than anything else.
Hey, well, if it works, it works.
Anyway, basically the set piece for these infinitely spawning sections is that there's one spot where you have to put your ass down and clear out, the special magic enemy that makes things stop spawning. And in this case, it's inside that bunker, like Moody suggested. Of course, I'm hesitant to go up there because I don't want to get shot in the ass.
He's been doing a lot of hard work keeping that guy down.
Yeah, not quite killing him though. Damn it, Moody.
Sarge, they got a convoy coming in from the west.
Ramirez, stay here and hold the fort. We'll cut them off before they get here. We just got this place. I'm sure as hell not giving it back. Move out.
So yeah, another cut there. You will see exactly why when we get up there. There's one point where you basically have to roll the bones on whether or not you live or die.
Music does such a good thing of setting the...
This game definitely does and will continue to do a very good job of setting the tone with its music and its ambient noises, for that matter.
All right, boys, let them have it now. Go, go, go!
You have no idea how cathartic this is.
Throw them all out of that clown car.
The fun thing about the MG34s that Moody mentions right there, they're only on the truck beds. The guys who come over the ridge have one. If you throw a couple of grenades, everything will be taken care of before he even says anything.
Before this douchebag turns up.
Grab that Panzer. Go!
So, yeah, this is where you roll the bones on whether or not you live or die. Because that Panzer is primarily interested in you, and you can't really get a flank shot at it. So, you essentially have to shoot at him twice and pray to the gods above that he does not blast you with his main gun, because he can and will destroy that rock right in front of you.
Hell of a fight, guys. Way to go. Let's get back to the crossroads. Move!
Yeah, thanks, Riley. You saved our butts. Yep, totally. Yep, turn around, thank him.
Yeah,
Nope.
no.
Jackasses.
This is like the Russian army, and they just pat you on the head and say, here's a cookie.
He's a hot meal.
Nice work, soldiers. We'll take it from here.
Damn tankers!
Sergeant Moody, have your men dig in near the forest south of town, and then meet me back at the CP at 0930.
0930, Captain. You heard the man. Let's go.
So, that was the crossroads, and next mission is one of the missions that makes people hate this expansion. It is just plain old unfair at times.
Is this the one where you're in the sky?
Oh no! That's the
No, that's much
yeah no
later.
that's the beginning of the British campaign, which we'll be getting to in a couple more episodes. But Foy, you're all on foot, but it's just the number of things that the game puts you up against, and the number of set pieces that it puts you up against. It's just not very fair in any sense of the term. So I have done a few things off screen, and the highlights of it, in particular, some fun ass ways I found to break the crap out of the game, will be part of our intro next time. Until then, when we continue to follow the footsteps of the Band of Brothers, I've been Cool Guy.
I have been the Lost Robo Guy.
Take good care of yourselves, folks.